The city's quiet lights are low. Your shadow dances on the wall. We don't say much, but I still know this moment says it all. Your jacket on my fragile shoulders, your heartbeat close to mine. I wish the night could last forever, freeze this second in time. I know the sun will ask us questions we're not ready to explain, but right now in this silence, I don't want tomorrow's pain. So stay until the morning, let the world wait outside. Hold me like we're not pretending, there's no reason left to hide. Stay until the morning, when the stars begin to fade. Even if it's just for hours, don't let this love slip away. Your fingers trace familiar lines, like you already know my skin. Every breath between our sides feels like where love begins. We've been running from the truth, afraid of what we feel, but in your arms I'm fearless. This is the most real. If this is all we're given, one night, one fragile dream, then let me live inside it just a little longer, please. So stay until the morning, let the worries fall asleep. Whisper promises you can't keep, but promise you'll remember me. Stay until the morning, when the light breaks through the blue. Even if goodbye is waiting, I want one last night with you. Maybe daylight changes everything, maybe love won't survive the sun, but tonight I believe in us, even if tomorrow comes undone. Stay until the morning, let me wake up by your side. Even if it's only once, let this be more than a lie. Stay until the morning, when my heart learns how to let go. If you have to leave, don't rush it. Stay until the morning glow. When the sun calls out your name and the night is finally gone, I'll remember how you stayed until the morning, holding on. Holding on. We were careless in the best way, laughing like the night was ours. You held my face like nothing else mattered past that moment now. Love felt real then, when forever felt close enough, when hope was louder than our doubts. If I close my eyes again, love felt real then. We made plans inside the kitchen, half asleep and holding hands. Every dream felt just one step away before life changed its demands. I didn't question what we had, I just believed in every laugh. Love felt real then, in your arms and every breath, in the way we weren't afraid to give our best and nothing less. Love felt real then, before goodbye learned how to stay. I still feel you in yesterday. Love felt real then. Maybe love doesn't disappear, it lives where memories remain, and every song and every tear that still remembers your name. I don't regret the love we gave, just how it slowly slipped away. Love felt real then, when I was yours and you were mine, when time was kind and on our side. I'd relive it all again. Love felt real then, even now through who I am, I carry us in who I've been. Love felt real then. If love was real for just that time, I'm thankful that it was mine. I used to drown it in the noise, keep myself too busy to feel. I told the mirror I was fine, even when nothing felt real. I folded grief into my chest like something I should hide, but it kept knocking louder every time I lied. I thought silence meant I was strong, that breaking would make me weak. I didn't know the hurt was waiting just to be heard to speak. I let the pain speak without shutting it down. I let it tell me everything I was afraid to say out loud. I let the pain speak, and it didn't destroy me. It showed me where I'm healing and who I'm learning to be. I stopped apologizing for tears, stopped calling feelings too much. I learned that holding it together isn't always about being tough. I sit with what I tried to run from, let the truth take shape. There's relief in naming the hurt instead of letting it ache. I thought healing meant forgetting or never looking back. Now I know it means listening to every part I cracked. I let the pain speak without shutting it down. I let it tell me everything I was afraid to say out loud. I let the pain speak, and it didn't destroy me. It showed me where I'm healing true. Every tear I didn't cry before is finding room. I don't rush the light, I let the dark explain. I let the pain speak, and I stayed with the sound. I didn't run, I didn't numb, I didn't drown it out. I let the pain speak, and now I feel relief. I don't have to fear my heart anymore. It's been trying to save me. I let the pain speak, and I'm still here. The house is quiet, but my mind's still loud. Every corner knows your name somehow. I find your laugh in the smallest things, in broken glass and wedding rings. I tell myself I'm stronger now, but some nights still pull me down. I'm still picking up pieces of the girl I used to be, learning how to breathe again without you next to me. Some days I'm almost okay, some nights I'm on my knees. I'm still picking up pieces. I folded love into every lie, said I'm fine so many times. I gave you more than I could spare. Now I'm learning how to care. Healing doesn't happen fast, it asks you to relive the past. I'm still picking up pieces from the floor you left me on, trying to believe in mornings when the nights feel so long. I smile like I'm moving on, but inside I'm weak. I'm still picking up pieces. Maybe broken isn't the end. Maybe this is how I bend. If I take it day by day, I might find my way. I'm still picking up pieces, but my hands are steady now. Every scar is teaching me what love's not allowed. I'm not healed, but I can see the softer version of me. I'm still picking up pieces. So if you see me walking slow, it's not because I don't know. I'm learning who I am again. I'm still picking up pieces. You spoke my name like you meant it, soft like a promise you wouldn't break. Your hands were steady when I shook, like you knew all the fear I'd hide away. I built my walls from maybes and scars. You didn't rush, you stayed where you are. shared our nights in small confessions, half-healed dreams and fragile trust. I watched you try to be my shelter while I was learning how not to run. I wanted to believe in the light, but shadows still followed my side. I was almost safe with you, almost strong enough to choose, almost ready to believe that love wouldn't leave me bruised. I held on to what felt true, even when my doubt broke through. I was almost safe with you. Maybe almost is as close as I can get, when my heart still remembers every regret. But you never asked for more than I could give. You loved me where I live. If I pulled away, it wasn't you. I was fighting what I'd been through. I was almost safe with you. In your arms I felt the proof that love can be both soft and real, and not demand the truth. Even if I couldn't stay, you changed how safe can feel. I was almost safe with you. And maybe someday, when I'm strong and new, I won't be almost. I'll be safe with you. I'll be safe with you. You never promised, never lied, just left the truth on your other side. I learned to read between your lines, called uncertainty a sign. You held my hand but not my fate, said not now, and I chose to wait. I built my hope on fragile ground, every silence, every sound. I told myself love needs time, but time was all you'd never give. I stayed for your maybe while you lived in your room. I waited in hallways you never walked in. I loved you in almost, in words you wouldn't say. I gave you my always, you gave me a maybe. I made a home in half your heart, learned the shape of where you'd start. I smiled through the questions you refused to answer. I was faithful to the pause, you were free without the cost. Every night I stayed awake, wondering how much more I'd take. I confused patience with pain, and hope with being brave. I stayed for your maybe while you chased what could be. I held on to nothing just so you'd stay. I stayed for you maybe, but I'm leaving with truth. I won't beg to be chosen, I won't wait to be you. I deserve a yes spoken without fear, without delay. I gave you my heart once, I won't give it to maybe. I didn't lose you, I found me. I used to wake with your name on my lips, like it was written in the light. Every street had a memory, every song picked a fight. Now the morning's coming softer, I don't check my phone as much. Your shadow doesn't follow me, I don't reach for your touch. I didn't force the letting go, it happened when I slowed down. I think of you less now, not because it didn't mean something real, but the ache has learned to quiet, and the quiet helped me heal. I don't forget the love we were, I just don't live there somehow. I still think of you, just less now. I walk past places we used to be, and my heart doesn't race. The memories come like old postcards, soft edges, faded space. I learned how to sit with silence, let it say what it needs. Turns out peace can grow from endings, like flowers through the seams. I stopped asking what if, started asking what's next. I think of you less now, like a song turned down low. It still plays in the background, but it doesn't take control. I don't even know where you are, or how you're getting by. I think of you less now, and I don't wonder why. Maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it just finds a place to rest. I didn't lose what mattered, I just carried it lighter on my chest. I'm not closing any doors, I'm just choosing where I stand. I think of you less now, and that feels like growth to me. I can hold the truth of us without losing who I'll be. I loved you honestly back then, I love myself right now. I think of you less now, and that's allowed. So if your name crosses my mind tonight, I won't let it pull me down. I think of you, just less now. Just less now. laugh without a reason, stay up late, talk through the dawn. Every touch felt like a promise, every now felt like forever on. Your eyes were full of endless plans, mine believed in everyone. We didn't know how fragile something perfect could become. Time was kind before it changed, before love learned the sound of pain. We were beautiful once, when love was all we knew, before the silence found our names, before we came undone. We were beautiful once, in ways that still feel true, even if it couldn't last. We were beautiful once. Photographs in faded colors, smiles frozen in the past. I still hear your voice in echoes from a love that moved too fast. We try to hold on tighter while slipping through our hands. Sometimes hearts don't break loudly, they just slowly stop believing. I felt you leaving piece by piece, while I was still on my knees. We were beautiful once, before the cracks appeared, before the nights grew longer and the truth replaced our fears. We were beautiful once, and I won't rewrite that time, even broken, even gone. You were once still mine. Maybe love was never meant to stay the way it starts, but I'll always honor what we had, the innocence of our hearts. Beautiful, even as it fades. We were beautiful once, and that will always stay. No ending can erase the magic of those days. We were beautiful once, and I'll let the memory shine. Some loves don't last forever, but they live beyond goodbye. So if you ever think of me, know I smile, not run away. We were beautiful once, and that's enough for me. I learned your silence better than my own name, held every storm so you could stay the same. I bent my truth just to fit your mood, called it love, but I was losing too. I read your face like a warning sign, still cross the line every single time. If loving hurts, I made it art, painting your needs over my heart. I was strong in all the wrong ways, brave enough to disappear. I kept choosing you in moments when I should have chosen here. I loved you more than me, more than my sleep, more than my peace. I gave you all the parts I couldn't spare. I loved you more than me. I silenced my voice so yours could breathe, stood in the dark so you wouldn't see. Girl, I was the girl I'd be. I loved you more than me. I made excuses sound like hope, tied my worth to the words you spoke. If you were breaking, I stayed whole, even when I felt myself unfold. I wore your doubts like second skin, called it patience, called it in love again. Every promise I let slide was another piece of me I denied. I was loyal past the truth, I was kind past being fair. I kept forgiving what you did while forgiving you for caring. I loved you more than me, more than my tears, more than my needs. I learned to ache quietly. I loved you more than me. I shrank my world to fit your fears. Stayed too long just to keep you near. I lost myself so you could be free. If love's a balance, I tipped the scale. If love's a mirror, I looked away. I thought that pain meant I was deep. Didn't know love shouldn't cost you sleep. And I'm standing in the quiet, hearing my heart for the first time. It's breaking, but it's finally mine. I loved you more than me, but I'm learning what love should be. It shouldn't ask me to disappear. It shouldn't sound like fear. I loved you more than me, but I'm choosing myself to breathe. If loving you meant losing me, then I loved you more than me. I don't regret the way I tried. I just won't leave myself behind. The clock hums low on the bedroom wall. Moonlight spills where your shadow falls. I reach for words I never say. They drift like smoke and fade away. Your cup still waits beside the sink, like it expects you back. I think I trace the air where laughter stayed, a quiet promise never made. Every sound feels louder now. Every thought knows how to drown. In these quiet hours without you, I learn how silence breaks my heart. Every minute feels untrue, like time forgot where we fell apart. I breathe you in, then breathe you out, but emptiness still finds its way. In these quiet hours without you, I miss you in the softest ways. Streetlights flicker like our past, golden moments moving fast. I hear your voice in passing cars, in songs that play from open bars. I fold your name into my chest, pretend that letting go is rest. But love still lingers in this room, like perfume long after you. I tell myself I'll be okay, but night keeps pulling me away. screaming pain, no bitter truth, just gentle tears and fading youth. Maybe love was meant to be a memory that comforts me. In these quiet hours without you, I'm learning how to stand alone. Still I whisper I love you to walls that never feel like home. I'll keep the parts you gave to me, let time soften what remains. In these quiet hours without you, I love you quietly through the pain. The clock comes low, the night moves on, I'm still here, missing you till dawn. I've packed my bags 1,000 times in the middle of the night, but I'd unpack them by the morning just to keep from starting a fight. I watch the paint peel off the walls and the garden turn to gray, but I told myself that one more chance would make the shadows stay away. I became an architect of excuses and of lies, covering the bruises that were hidden in my eyes. The door was never locked, the window was always wide, but there was a different kind of prison growing deep inside. I was a bird who forgot how to use her wings, tied to the ghost of 1,000 hollow things. I waited for the earthquake, I waited for the sign, but I was the only one standing on the line. I didn't know how to leave, I didn't know how to go. I was terrified of the person that I didn't even know. I thought didn't know how to leave, I didn't know how to go. I was terrified of the person that I didn't even know. I thought that staying meant I was strong, meant I was brave, but I was just digging the middle of my own grave. I know how now. The keys are in my hand. The engine's running. I'm finally leaving. I'm finally free. I wasn't loud about my love. I didn't beg, I didn't run. I stayed steady in the dark, held the light with fragile arms. I learned to carry storms inside so you could sleep at night. I smiled calm, I stayed composed while I was breaking slow. I didn't ask you to save me, I just needed you to stay. I gave you all my patience in a language I never spoke. I gave you my quiet strength, the kind you never see. I held us up without a sound while you leaned on me. I stayed gentle when it hurt, stayed soft when I was weak. I gave you my quiet strength, and you never noticed me. I fixed the cracks without a word, made excuses you never heard. I made room for all your fear while mine disappeared. I swallowed tears between my breaths so you wouldn't feel the mess. I thought love meant being still, even when it took my will. I confused silence for peace, thought endurance meant belief. I kept standing, holding on, while my voice was slowly gone. I gave you my quiet strength, the kind you never see. I held us up without a sound while you leaned on me. I stayed gentle when it hurt, stayed soft when I was weak. I gave you my quiet strength, and you never noticed me. Maybe strength isn't staying quiet, maybe love should hear your pain. I kept choosing calm over truth, hoping you'd do the same. I don't regret how deep I stood, and I regret how little you looked. I gave you my quiet strength, but I won't give it away. Love shouldn't cost you your voice or teach you how to fade. I'll save that strength for someone who knows what it can be. I gave you my quiet strength, now I give it back to me. I'm still strong, just finally hurt. carefully so I wouldn't scare. I softened every feeling so you could breathe inside. I learned the shape of patience and kept it by my side. I never asked for all of you, I just asked you to stay. I gave you quiet honesty in every way. I loved you gently with open hands. I never pulled or forced your heart to understand. I loved you gently with all I knew. I gave you peace instead of pressure. I gave you truth. Spaces you left without a word. I trusted all your silences like they were heard. I kept my heart in half-light so you wouldn't feel the weight. I called your distance patience and called waiting faith. I tried to be your comfort, not your storm or fight. I loved you in the quiet every night. I loved you gently without defense. I never asked you to choose me or make sense. I loved you gently, and maybe that's why it hurt. I gave you softness in a world that's sharp and rough. Maybe loving gently isn't weak, maybe it's brave instead. I didn't raise my voice, I just gave my heart its best. I won't regret the way I loved or how much I gave. I just wish gentleness was something you could say. I loved you gently, and I still believe that love doesn't have to break you to be deep. I loved you gently, and I always will. Not the pain, not the silence, just the love I felt. If love ever finds me again, I won't change who I am. I'll still love softly with steady hands. I was standing in the fire, trying to keep us alive. You were already tired, looking for an easy goodbye. I gave you reasons to stay. You gave me silence instead. You didn't fight for us when it got hard to breathe. You let go so easily while I was on my knees. I held on to every promise didn't fight for us, but I survived losing you. I'm sitting on the floor of the apartment we outgrew, sorting through the almost and the ghost of me and you. The internet is telling me to glow up and forget, to treat our 3-year history like a debt I haven't met. But I won't call it a mistake or a waste of all my time, just to make the healing feel like an easier hill to climb. I won't rewrite the chapters just to make myself the saint, or pretend the masterpiece was nothing more than cheap, dry paint. It's December 2020, 24, then I'm standing in the sun, accepting that the race we ran is finally truly done. But I won't lie about the fire just to satisfy the pride of the girl who's trying desperately to keep it all inside. Because loving you was real, it was blood and it was bone. It was the highest high and the lowest low I've ever known. I didn't play a character, I didn't fake the spark. I was genuinely happy in the middle of the dark. It didn't work out and it's better that we're free, but I won't kill the version of the girl I used to be. I'm moving on, but I won't steal the honesty of how it felt. Loving you was real. I saw you at the market and I didn't turn away. I didn't feel the need to find a cruel thing to say. You looked a little tired and I felt a little sting, but it wasn't like a tragedy or a world-ending thing. I'm relearning my rhythm, I'm relearning my name without needing to set every bridge we built into a flame. We were a beautiful disaster, we were a holy mess, and I can walk away from you with nothing to confess. Because loving you was real, it was blood and it was bone. It was the highest high and the lowest low I've ever known. I didn't play a character, I didn't fake the spark. I was genuinely happy in the middle of the dark. It didn't work out and it's better that we're free, but I won't kill the version of the girl I used to be. I'm moving on, but I won't steal the honesty of how it felt. Loving you was real. It doesn't have to be a nightmare for me to wanna wake. It doesn't have to be a villain to justify the break. I'm allowed to say I loved you, and I'm allowed to say goodbye without living in a high definition 2025 lie. It was real, and it's over. Yeah, loving you was real, it was blood and it was bone. It was the highest high and the lowest low I've ever known. I didn't play a character, I didn't fake the spark. I was genuinely happy in the middle of the dark. Loving you was real, and that's why it's okay to hurt, and that's why it's okay to heal. I'm doing it now. Real. Every day felt heavy on my shoulders, till I found you here and now. You didn't ask me to explain, you just let me lay down the pain. You were my soft place when I was worn and tired, a quiet corner of the night where my heart could lie. You were my soft place where I didn't have to pretend I was strong enough alone. You were my soft place. I spoke my fears in half sentences. You heard the rest in my eyes. You held the parts of me that trembled, like they were never too much to try. I stopped fighting every breath in your arms. I could rest. You were my soft place when nothing felt okay. A gentle truth, a steady light at the end of every day. You were my soft place where my heart learned how to stay. If the world fell apart, you were my soft place. Maybe love isn't meant to save us. Maybe it's just somewhere to land. If I had to fall apart again, I'd still choose your hands. Even when we drifted away, your comfort never changed. You were my soft place, and I'll always know what it felt like to be held without being owned. Even if we don't share the same space or say each other's names, you were my soft place. And when I need to feel safe, I remember you were my soft place. I used to think that love was a fever dream. If it didn't hurt, it wasn't what it seemed. I let you plant your garden in my chest and watch you walk away when it was a mess. I ignored the static on the telephone line, convincing myself we were doing just fine. But silence is a sound that's hard to ignore when you're sleeping on the left side of the floor. I traded my peace for a seat at your table, trying to be everything I wasn't able. Now the smoke is cleared and the room is cold, and I'm holding on to stories I shouldn't have told. That you can't make a person stay if they're already gone, and you can't fix a heart by just holding on. I thought if I gave you my soul, you'd stay whole, but I ended up losing all of my control. It's a bitter pill, it's a jagged blade, looking at the wreckage of the choices I made. I didn't listen to the warnings or the things people say. No, I had to learn the hard way. I'm scrubbing your scent off my favorite sheets, walking the path where the river meets the street. It's a lonely kind of freedom, a scary kind of light, to realize I was had to learn the hard way. The hard way is the long way home, through the thorns and the dirt, out here on my own. But the bruises a turn in a lighter shade of blue, and the me that's left doesn't need the you. No, I don't need you. No, I don't need you, because you can't make a person stay if they're already gone. And I'm finally tired of holding on. I'm taking back my soul, I'm making myself whole. I'm finally the one who's in control. It was a bitter pill, it was a jagged blade, but I'm proud of the woman that the fire made. I didn't listen to the warnings, and that's okay, 'cause I learned the hard way. Yeah, I learned the hard way. It's quiet now, I'm okay now. I learned, I learned. We were counting stars we couldn't keep, making promises too deep to sleep. Your heartbeat felt like home to me in a moment that was meant to be. Your laugh was light, but your eyes knew more, like you'd already seen the closing door. Still I held on, pretending I knew how to say goodbye to you. I felt the ending in the way you touched my hand, like you were holding sand. We were almost forever with you, almost all I ever knew. I built my dreams around your name, believed our love was unbreakable, true. We were almost forever, it's true, but almost still breaks me in two, 'cause loving you is easy to do. Letting go, I never knew how to. We talked about a life someday, but someday slowly slipped away. Your silence grew louder than your voice, leaving me without a choice. I traced the words you never said, replay every night in my head. If love was enough, we'd still be here instead of disappearing. I try to hold on, soft, almost forever. Still feels like never enough. We were almost forever with you, and I'll carry that part of me through every song, every quiet night, every fading shade of blue. We were almost forever, my love, and though it's gone, it was real. Some loves don't last a lifetime, but they change the way you feel. So if you ever think of me, know I loved you honestly. We were almost forever with you, and that's a love I'll always keep. I'm watching the dust motes drift across the hall, counting the cracks as they climb up the wall. The coffee is cold and the radio is dead, and I'm tangled in things that we should've just said. I check on the plants, but the leaves are all brown. It's a quiet descent as the sun's going down. No lightning, no thunder, no sudden despair, just a thin in the light and a lack of the air. It's a slow motion leak, it's a fraying of thread. It's the weight of the almost inside of my head. We're still in the room, but we're miles apart, tracing the fault lines right through the heart. I'm falling apart, slowly, piece by piece, waiting for a moment that'll bring some release. It's not a crash, it's not a clean break, it's just a dull throb and a quiet kind of ache, like a fading photograph, like a setting sun. I'm losing the race that I thought we had won. No one can tell, no one can see that I'm falling apart, slowly, just me. I put on a movie I've seen 10 times before, to drown out the sound of the ghost at the door. I'm wearing your sweater, it's losing your scent. I'm trying to figure where the us and us went. I laugh at the party, I dance in the light, then I come home and sit in the middle of the night. It's an invisible erosion, a wash of the tide, taking the ground from the girl deep inside. I'm falling apart, slowly, piece by piece, waiting for a moment that'll bring some release. It's not a crash, it's not a clean break, it's just a dull throb and a quiet kind of ache, like a fading photograph, like a setting sun. I'm losing the race that I thought we had won. No one can tell, no one can see that I'm falling apart, slowly, just me. Is it better to shatter? Is it better to scream than to wake up each morning inside of a dream that's losing its color, that's losing its shape? I'm looking for exits, but there's no escape, just a slow fade. It's not a crash, it's not a clean break, it's just a dull throb and a quiet kind of ache, like a fading photograph, like a setting sun. I'm losing the race that I thought we had won. Falling apart so slowly, you wouldn't even notice. One leaf at a time, one breath at a time. I miss you in the small things, like unfinished dreams. Your name comes up in whispers when my mind starts to drift. In moments no one notices, that's when I feel it hit. I've learned how to smile and breathe, but not how to stop missing you and me. I miss you softly, like a song I almost play, like a word on the tip of my tongue I never say. It doesn't hurt the way it used to, but it still feels true. I don't miss you loudly, baby, I miss you softly, like I do. I still look for you in strangers, just in case your face appears. I still carry your old sweater through changing seasons, years. I don't reach out, I don't call, I let the moment pass. Some loves don't end in closure, they just fade slow and last. I've made peace with what we were, but not with who I am without you here. I miss you softly in the quiet after rain, when I'm almost okay again. Then you drift through my brain. It's not a wound, it's a bruise I've learned to move around. I don't miss you loudly, love, I miss you in the sound. Maybe this is what healing is, not forgetting, just learning how to stay with the ache that doesn't scream anymore, but still comes back some days. I don't need you, I don't break, but I won't lie, it's true. Some nights I'm strong enough, just not strong enough to not miss you. I miss you softly, like a memory that won't fade, like a love that found its place but never fully went away. I'm okay, I'm moving on, but I still feel it too. I don't miss you loudly, darling, I miss you softly, missing you. I miss you softly. No tears falling, no goodbye, just a quiet ache that stays. I miss you softly, in my own gentle way. I miss you softly. I promised I'd be stronger this time, said your name wouldn't pull me under, but I follow the sound of your voice, like I never learned the danger. I told myself I was healed, but love knows how to steal. I lost myself again, trying to love you right. I bent until I disappeared somewhere in the fight. swore I'd keep for when I was okay. I lost myself again, and you walked away. My shape to fit your life, made my dreams a little smaller. I stayed quiet when it hurt, just to make things easier for you. I called it compromise, but it felt like goodbye. I lost myself again in all the things I didn't say. I swallowed every truth I had so you wouldn't turn away. I stayed when I should have left. I broke where I should have been brave. I lost myself again. Maybe love shouldn't ask for this, to be less just to be missed. If finding you means losing me, and that's not love, it's grief. I lost myself again, but I'm starting to see that holding on to you was letting go of me. I don't know who I'll be next, but I know who I can stay. I lost myself again, but I'm finding my way. So if my voice still shakes tonight, it's from learning how to choose my light. I won't disappear for love again. I lost myself again, but this time I'll come back in one piece.